Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to be doing a design on a gym fit brand. Note that this is a beginner friendly video, and even if you don't know how to use Illustrator, I am going to simplify everything to your own understanding. If you have not watched any of my videos, please ensure you watch them, as I've created videos on how to design a brand identity design from scratch, and also how to go about designing a brand presentation for your clients. Also, if this is your first time coming to this channel, you know what to do. Click on the subscription button and don't forget to put on the notification so that you don't miss any videos from us. Without much further ado, let's get started. So we are on Illustrator, and first of all, before we start, this is a file that I've already designed. I have done the design, so I'm going to be taking you guys through my thought process and how I went about coming up with my ideas. So we are going to start first of all with the inspiration. Meanwhile, this journey that I'm going to take you through is a premium one, because growing as a designer, I always wanted to see how bigger designers, how they go about their design, how they come up with their ideas, what they had in their mind when they were designing, and all those kind of stuff, So these are the things that I'm going to be providing you guys with for free. So drop everything that you're doing and make sure that you're paying close attention. So first of all, we're going to talk about the inspiration. Before you start designing, you have to go to Pinterest, Behance, or any design friendly app and look for inspirations for your design. Not like you are copying them, but you need to understand what the competitors are doing, what the others are doing that you need to incorporate in the design that you are doing, and what they are doing that you don't want to incorporate in what you are doing. So this is the reason why you are looking for design inspirations. So I've already gone about picking few inspiration for the design that I'm going to do. So this board you are seeing here is the inspiration that we're going to use for our design. And when you look at these designs, you are going to notice something, right? You're going to notice something peculiar about this design. So you are going to think like those designers that did the design. How were they thinking? What was on their mind? So when you think about gym, when you think about being fit and all those things, what comes to your mind? Things like someone lifting a dumbbell, someone carrying a weight, or somebody doing squatting. You get? So these are the things that come to your mind. And you know the very nice thing about these thoughts, you can translate these thoughts into ideas and the ideas into designs. Yes, this is how you can do it. When we get to our sketching phase, I'm going to show you how you can translate your ideas which you have already thought to sketches and then digitalize them on your Illustrator. So we are doing a design. So we are creating a design, and the name of the brand is Kong Fitness. So when you are coming up with your logo ideas, you are going to try to look for how you can get the logos out from these letters. You can try to think like a creative that you are. So you might say, how can you make a K, the letter K, to look like somebody that is lifting a weight? You get? So you can draw your K and then you add something like this. It is looking like a K and someone lifting up a dumbbell, and it's also looking like K and G at the same time. Do you see how you are putting your ideas together? And this process comes during the sketching phase. So you think, okay, the G already looks like someone that is lifting a dumbbell. So how can you incorporate K and G together in the design? So you can think K, and then, or through the K, you add your G. You see, it is coming together. It is looking like a K, a G, and someone lifting a dumbbell. Also, you can even go as far as thinking, okay, how can you make K look like somebody that is doing squatting? Because these are the things that they do at the gym. So you can draw your K. Okay, this is the K. Then someone squatting looks like something like this, right? Someone squatting looks something like this. So you can decide, this is the person's head, this is the person squatting. It looks like a G and also look like a K. Do you get? So when you are talking about the design inspiration and the things that inspired your design in maybe your presentation, these are the things that you can inculcate in the process so that the clients can understand that you actually did an in-depth research and sketching process before you came up with their logo design. So I'm going to show you guys I'm going to paste on the screen the sketches that I've already done. So these are the sketches, and if you look, you are going to notice the first sketch is looking like someone that is squatting and is looking like a K at the same time. So the other one is similar too. Then the third one is looking like a G, not really a G at the same time, but like someone that is lifting something. It is giving off that idea. This arrow down is giving off that idea of someone that is lifting a dumbbell. So you save these sketches because you're going to upload them to Illustrator, and we are going to try to digitalize them and then see how they look. Then you see this fourth sketch. It's a G, a K at the same time. That's like a monogram logo. Then this last one, I didn't really like the sketch, but I'm still going to upload it and we are going to see what it looks like. So this is basically the thought process behind your design. When you are designing, you are a thinker, you're a creative thinker. You think of ways that you can join ideas together to do things together. If you watched my previous video, I explained it there, but this one that I'm doing is more in-depth than the one that I did before because I'm showing you how you can come up with ideas. You understand? So first of all, you search for inspiration. Those inspirations are going to direct you on the right track and direction to follow. Then the next one, you sketch. While you are sketching, you're thinking about that particular thing, just like this gym fits that we are doing. You're thinking about the things that people are doing in the gym. Those ideas, you translate them into sketches, and when you sketch them, you send them to Illustrator, you digitalize them, and then you compare and you contrast, and then you can pick the ones that you want to pick and eliminate the ones that you want to eliminate. So the next one, we are going to be uploading our sketches to Illustrator. So these are the sketches that I made, and these are my 3 top picks that I brought to Illustrator. So I already brought them to Illustrator and I digitalized them. So this is for this one and this is for this, and I'm not really feeling it much here on Illustrator. Now that I've digitalized it and I'm seeing what it looks like, I don't really buy the idea. Maybe there are others that might like it, but personally I don't really like it. Then another thing to note is that when you are sketching, or sorry, after the sketching process, when you are now on Illustrator, make sure that you design your logos on black and white. Ensure that they look good on black before you start adding colors to it. So I really don't like this one, but this is okay for me. I like how it looks and I love the vibe that it's giving me. Then this, there are people that might like it. Just like I said, people's preferences differ, so I really don't like the way it's looking. Although it's nice, if I keep on working on it, it will eventually come out nice, but personally I don't pick it, so it's not going for me. So this is the one that I pick. But after the entire process, I wanted to narrow down my ideas to at least 2 icons that I'm going to be using for my design process, for my entire branding. I needed 2 icons, and at this moment what I have is only 2. So what do I do? In this case, what you can do is you either go back to your drawing board or you continue on Illustrator to look for other ideas that can work. So if you have something like a tablet, you can continue drawing on Illustrator to come up with better ideas that you can use. So I've already gone through that process. So I'm going to show you how I came about the second logo. So this is the second logo that I came up with, and the idea behind this logo is I told you initially that I wanted something that has a K, a G together, like that's a monogram. And also I wanted it to look like someone that's lifting a dumbbell, someone that is in the gym and they are lifting a dumbbell. So that is the idea behind this particular icon that I came up with, this particular logo mark that I came up with. That is just the idea. So just like I said before, let me rephrase. So just like I said before, let me remind you again, the entire process of finding inspiration, coming up with ideas, translating your ideas into sketches, and then sending them to Illustrator to digitalize them and then make your picks for the ones that work and the ones that do not work. So we're going to narrow down this design. So basically I'm going with this and this. These are my two top picks. So after this, the next thing that you're going to do is picking a font. Now, picking a typeface. So these are the places that you can get typefaces for free. Because if you are not using a free typeface, if you're going to use a paid typeface, you have to pay. So if your client is not paying enough for you to buy a typeface for them, what you can do is you can go to Google Fonts, you can go to their fonts, and I think I made a post on this on my Instagram channel at Creative Lusa. You can go to my channel and you're going to see I made a post about where you can get free fonts, free typefaces, like up to 5 places, at the 6 places you can get it. So you can just go there and watch the video. Then I'm going to go to Google Fonts and I'm going to look for typefaces that are going to be suitable for this brand design. Meanwhile, let's go back to our inspiration. Let's move a little bit back to our inspiration. I want to explain something to you guys. Here, when you look at the type of typeface they used, when you look at the type of typeface they used something that is plain and showing movement. If you look at this first one, if you look at this one here, you will notice that the type is a bit slanted, showing movement, showing that they are moving forward. You know, when you are in the gym, you are doing something, you are moving forward. Do you get? So that is what they are trying to translate into design. If you also check this sub of it's also giving off that same vibe, doing something, moving forward. Do you get? Something that is in motion. Do you get? So these are the patterns that you are looking out for. How did they come up with their type the choice of typeface they are using? How did they come about it? So when you think about this, you then know how to narrow down your choice of fonts, because when you start going to look for typefaces to use, you are going to be overwhelmed with so many typefaces. So it is the thought process behind the choice of the typeface that you're going to use that will help you to narrow down. So if you check here, you're going to see where I tried out a few typefaces, you get, but I didn't like what it was giving me. It was just there. It's nice, it's simple, but it's not giving that gym vibes. You get? It's not giving that motion, being in motion kind of vibes, and that is what I was looking for. So when I checked and I saw that this was not giving me what I wanted, I went back to my inspiration. That is when I looked at the type of typeface that they are using, not to find exactly what they are using, but to find something similar but different, something that stands out. So I'm going to take you guys through the 2 typefaces that I picked for this particular design. So these are the 2 typefaces that I picked for this design. This and this. The reason why I picked this design and this typeface is because of the vibe that it's giving me. And if you check, you're going to see here that I tried to give it that motion, that being in motion kind of look, but I tested it and it wasn't really working for me. You know, design is all about testing. When you come up with your ideas, you test it to see if it works. If it doesn't work for you, you leave it, you move on to another one. Now you can see this typeface too. I can't remember the name, but I downloaded it and I tried it and it was not giving me what I wanted. So I had to eliminate it from my choices. And also bear in mind that I was looking for a typeface that is neat. I'm looking for that clean, minimal vibes. That was what I was looking for. Something that is clean, minimal, legible, like it's very easy to read even from a distance. This typeface is going to have legibility problem, especially if you scale it down. So I came up with this and this, and they were just well suited for each of the designs that I'm using it for. So they are both suited for the designs, for the icon that I'm using it for. So if you look at these two, they both have that same vibe of. So if you look at these two, they are both giving off that same vibe. Do you understand? So these are the things that I have to bear in mind. Now, after coming up with my typeface, the typeface that I want to use, the next thing to do is to look for color, to pick the appropriate color. Now, coming up with color, it's a Herculean task. I won't lie for you, it's a very stressful task because there are so many colors out there to use. So how do you narrow down the colors to use? First of all, let's go back to our so let's come back to our inspiration. When you look at the colors that they are using green, yellow, blue. So we are trying to, it's either two things. It's either you want to follow the trend or you want to stand out from the trend. It's either you want to set your client apart or you want to fit in to the business so that you don't look odd. You understand? So when you are doing when you are picking colors for your design, there are certain colors that you don't pick. Color speaks about niches. You get, so you can't choose a color that you're using for just a normal feminine brand for a gym brand, because gym, it's mainly guys that you find in the gym. Girls go to the gym, but then their target audience is the men. You get, so you are going to look for color that appeal to their target audience. That is how your thoughts should be. You are looking for colors that will appeal to the target audience. You can't be doing a gym brand and you are using pink for the brand. I've seen a lot of designers make this mistake. They don't research the colors that they are using. They don't research into the target audience to see the colors that appeal to them. They don't even think or talk about color psychology at all, which is not right. So there are certain people that you don't use certain colors for. You don't use baby pink for a gym brand because you are basically, their target audience is men. Ladies go to the gym, but their target audience is men. So you are trying to speak to those target audience that they are targeting. So for this our brand that we are designing, I chose this green because I felt like it's well suited. I chose green, black, and white because black speaks authority, and black is a neutral color. White is a neutral color, while green in color psychology can signify green environment. It can also signify calmness, nature and everything. So I just picked it because I feel like it's a color that that can fit in. I tried the yellow and I didn't like what it gave me, so I went on with this green. So I'm going to show you what this green looks like in the logo design. So these are my two top colors. I don't know about you, but personally I am loving it. So this is what we have for the color, for the typeface, and this is what we have basically for the brand. So for you to know how nice your logo design is, you have to mock it up. You cannot send your logo like this to your clients because they might not see the full beauty. You get, they may not see the full beauty, and it will result to back and forth, do this, do that. But when you present it to them, showing them the real life presentation of how it is going to look, that is when they will appreciate it more. So I'm going to So we are going to hop on to Photoshop, and I'm going to show you guys how to mock it up for people that don't know how to use mockups. So for you to create your mockup, just come to the layers panel, and this place that says double click to edit, you double click and then it opens up this place. This is where you place your logo. So we're going to paste in our logo, Ctrl V. So you can paste in your logo after you've already copied it from Illustrator. You get? So after you've pasted in your logo, ensure that you close up the logo that it came with. Ensure that you remove it so that it doesn't, it doesn't appear on the mockup when you save it. So the next thing you're going to do is just to click Ctrl S. Once you click Ctrl S, you go back and this is our mockup. Isn't it looking nice? So demure. So this is all it takes to create a gym fit brand from scratch. It's not hard at all. It's not hard. So if you have any questions, you can drop it in the comment section. I will go through them and I will answer you. You can also after watching the video, you can start all over again and go through it one after the other so that you can get the nitty-gritty of the design. So don't forget to subscribe and put on the notification so that you do not miss any of my videos. Okay, until next time, see you guys. Bye.